So we're going to start off with the Joy of Pictomancy, because of the two, this is the one that seems the more interesting to me. The cheerless hearer is at the end of his tether. Matron, help me. One more complaint this day, and I swear. Forgive me my rambling, but please tell me you haven't come to make a complaint. I'll have you know, my evening is going swimming now. I haven't. Is something amiss? Well, I should warn you that a Moogle has been making a nuisance of himself here in Gridania. The pommed pest has been harassing adventurers in an attempt to rope them into some painting endeavour. Despite the lack of interest, he refuses to give up. You're an adventuring sort, are you not? If so, you'd be wise to give that Moogle a wide berth. Unless you're the artistic adventuring sort, I suspect he's still loitering in the Aetherite Plaza, if my tale has piqued your interest. Survey the Gridania Aetherite Plaza with a meddlesome Moogle. Are there any other kind? Do we really need to add the qualifier of meddlesome to the word Moogle for this? I thinketh not. Well, there's a Moogle on the map there, but I think that's the itinerant one. Over here, there is, however, a sparkly destination. So let us sparkle our way over to it and see what this will entail. Oh, here is the Moogly pest. You there, Cuppo. How would you like to do some painting? Not ordinary painting, mind you. Magic painting, where your works come to life. Your imagination's the limit. No. Thanks for the offer, but I'll have to pass. Cuppo nuts. Why would I give me a chance? I could do so much good with the power of Pictomancy. Boink, boink. You had me at magic painting. What did you say, Cuppo? You're not pulling my palm, are you? You wish to know more about Pictomancy, truly? Nod. Excite? Hooray! Hooray! The name's Cuppo. Of course it is. And I'm extremely pleased to meet you, Cuppo. I am the inheritor of a Pictomancer's soul crystal, and I seek a creative individual who can carry on this arcane artistry. Well, a history lesson is in order. Ahem. Pictomancy was conceived some 1500 years ago, in the dusk of the 5th Astral Era. While other schools of magic that originated during the period, such as black and white, are expressions of the caster's will, Pictomancy relies on something even more abstract, the imagination. By channeling ether into a concept held in their mind's eye, Pictomancer can give form to the formless. It's a bit tricky to wrap your head around, I know, and that's precisely why the Great Archon Realm, founder of Pictomancy, incorporated the painter's tools into our art. A gifted artist as well as mage, Realm took up a brush instead of a staff and wielded ether like paint to give shape to her imaginings. In this way was Pictomancy born, a magical disciple unlike any other Cuppo. Now, Realm was a charitable soul, and never ever used her powers for self-serving ends. She dedicated her life to aiding and defending those in need. During the War of the Magi, Realm travelled the land and saved countless people with her Pictomancy, and it was for those deeds that she earned a place among the 12 Archons. So, how about it? Would you like to take up the Archon's noble legacy and become, dare I say it? Okay, and that is the end of my No. A Realm Reborn. Oh dear. I honestly, I feel like I should have seen this coming, as soon as we knew it was Rel. Ah, dear. Yes, go on then. Wonderful, Capo. Your enthusiasm warms my tiny dead heart. As I have only one soul crystal, however, I must ensure that I entrust it to the right person. Therefore, before I grant you this dazzling opportunity, I require that you attend a job interview. Seek me out at the Carling Canopy, and be sure to come prepared with your fanciest Pictomancy-esque answers for my flurry of very professional questions. They're teeny tiny hands, I've just realised. Carling Canopy is the inn, isn't it? Isn't it? It is. Yes. She's behind you. Ah, there you are. I would have invited you to my cosy little hovel and put out tea and biscuits. Except I don't have a cosy little hole. Or any home to speak of, for that matter. Such is the life of an itinerant Moogle couple. I haven't a guild to my name either, so I can't order us tea and biscuits. But we can avail ourselves of a table. Oh dear. What do Moogles do? Most of them craft. And pester people. Ahem. By the power vested in me, I now pronounce this interview commenced. Kapow! Let's begin with the basics. Might I have your full name? I'm Demajen Blackthorn. There's a fine name. Well met, Demajen Blackthorn. Right, on to the next question. What do you consider your primary vocation? I'm an adventurer through and through. Very good, very good. Adventurers are known to be a helpful lot. Ever ready to aid those in need. You're the ideal temperament for a Pictomancer. Kapow! And moving on to the next question. How would you rate your artistic abilities? My stick figure drawing size? No. Above average. Oh, I am. That's just fine, Capo. For a Pictomancer's most vital asset isn't their artistic skill, but their vivid imagination. Speaking of imagination, let's try and put yours to work. Tell me the first thought that enters your mind when you hear the word Moogle. Furry little shites. Irrepressible cuteness. I am inclined to agree, Capo. Starfaring hares, interesting Loperet reference, and carefree catfish weep at the sight of us, burdened by the knowledge they will never surpass the fuzziest and most charming of beasts. Now, this next question is very important. Someone's in trouble. What do you do? Speak with them first to gauge the problem. Ah, that indeed is a prudent approach, Capo. If I may ask a follow-up question. Can you share a recent example of when you approached a soul in distress? You? Come again? A hero who's been... Oh, we've got a default answer for that one. Come again. A hero who's been inundated with complaints about my Pictomancy pitches? Nod. Oh dear. That's rather disheartening, Capo. But this isn't about me. What's important is that you are not wanted to ignore the plight of another. My voice is cracking doing this voice. That willingness to serve a greater purpose and emulate Archon Realm's example is the key to becoming a truly talented Pictomancer. Having considered your answers, I'm thrilled to report you passed my interview with flying colours, Capo. I'm certain you will bear our legacy admirably. I deem you worthy of the Soul Crystal. However, I should warn you that it comes with some proverbial strings attached, a bit of emotional baggage too. You see, several moons ago I got into a terrible argument with my best friend. We went our separate ways and I've not seen her since. I wish I could meet her again, try to reconcile more than anything. So if we hear aught of her during our journey together, I'd like you to lend me a helping hand. Nod. If you're still willing to train as a Pictomancer with this condition in mind, then the Soul Crystal is yours. Just say the word, Capo. Become a Pictomancer. Yes, no. Maybe. Control-Alt-Delete. Abort, retry, fail. So, you still wish to be a Pictomancer, in full acceptance of my condition. As long as it's not a skin condition, I'm fine. Then, as promised, I bestow upon you the Soul Crystal. Then, to help you get started, I've prepared a set of equipment. Hopefully it fits. So we get the soul of the Pictomancer, which looks like a sweet. A weathered painter's attire coffer. And a weathered round brush. Ba 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 ba. Bong. Okay. It beginneth. Aha. Right. Brush. Oh, for God's sake. I meant to do... What do you mean insufficient armory space? There's clearly 2 slots here. Oh, because it... Because it won't let me swap out stuff if I've... I started clearing stuff up yesterday. I've got a load of level 89 JSE just knocking around. I've been meaning to do something about it, and clearly I haven't. Right. Equip. 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 Try on. Equip. 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 And I'm sure I've got... Oh, I've of course, yes, I've got all the augmented stuff, haven't I? Sure. We'll do that for a second. Yes, I've got this delightful set. Oh, gold. Okay. Job gauges. Yes. Pictomancer eschews the stave for a brush, painting their imaginings upon a canvas and bringing them to life through magic. By utilising the creature canvas, the weapon canvas, and the landscape canvas, a variety of effects can be produced. Creature motifs are painted on the creature canvas and can be rendered to life through living muse, simultaneously granting a depiction of the rendered motif. Assembling depiction of Pom and depiction of wings creates a Moogle portrait, allowing the execution of Mark of Ages. Weapon motifs are painted on the weapon canvas and can be rendered to life through Steel Muse. When a hammer is painted on the canvas, Striking Muse can be performed, allowing the execution of Hammer Time. Landscape motifs are painted on the landscape canvas and can be rendered to life through Scenic Muse. When a starry sky is painted on the canvas, Starry Muse can be performed, increasing the damage dealt by self and party members. Okay, so it's a buff. The palette gauge and white paint can be accumulated by executing certain ether hue spells. Once your palette is sufficiently saturated with ether, you can consume a portion of the palette gauge to execute subtractive palette, which will temporarily alter the properties of your ether hue spells, significantly enhancing them. Additionally, white paint can be spent to execute Holy in Whites. Okay, that's yes. That's a thing. We're going to have to put this on. So what do we have? Fire in red. Basic 300 MP cast, long cast time, fire spell. 340 potency, 30 seconds. So that's a dot. First is a dot, okay. Right. Now, the question is the quest line going to help in the sense that it's going to teach us how to be a Pictomancer? Or should I just go and explore? Mind over mana. Very nice. Now you literally embody the soul of a Pictomancer. Capo! While a Pictomancer's brush may look like a big paintbrush, it is in fact a stylised variety of staff. That said, you're probably wondering why we don't just use staves. But simply, it's much easier to bring your imagination to life through the medium of art. Magic brushes and ink allow a Pictomancer to express abstract thoughts in a deliberate manner, Capo. As I mentioned though, it's ultimately your imagination that matters the most. But with the wisdom of Pictomancer's past at your disposal, you already possess the artistic skills you require. Now, as much as I would love for you to get to painting right away, there is something else we must do first. We must go to Nofka's altar and apologise to the hero you mentioned. And by we, I mean me. Off we go, Capo. This is one of my favourites. Outfits. I'm intrigued. What are the simple? I see. It just makes them small. That's the embassy list, so we don't want that there. See, that canvas gauge is quite large. Go over here for now. Yeah, it's massive. Where was it going? Nothing Exalter. Hello, cheerless hero. For the love of the elementals, no more complaints. I beg your pardon, adventurer. That Moogle there, is that perhaps... Indeed. I'm the one who caused you so much trouble. It wasn't my intention to do so, and I've come to beg forgiveness, Capo. Oh, I see. As you appear to be genuinely remorseful, all I ask is that you refrain from aggressive solicitations henceforth. Agreed? You have my word, Capo. Now that I've found a capable Pictomancer, my soliciting days are over. I'm relieved to hear it. With this matter settled, I may turn my attention to another situation. Oh? And what situation might this be? Distressing noises coming from an empty manor in the Gentry's ward. Fiends are believed to be haunting the cellar, and their nightly clamour is keeping the surrounding residents awake. Boo-boo-boo-boo! Fiends, you say? Demajen here will deal with them. Whoa! Remember, it is in the spirit of the Pictomancer to lend a helping hand, to shine the light of hope for those in need. Capo. This is also a welcome opportunity to put your newfound skills to the test. Rest assured, I'll be there to offer sage advice every wing flap of the way. Good, a tutorial quest. Not. The offer of aid is kind indeed, and I accept it with thanks. The Gentry's ward is situated just past Apkula Falls. Proceed there when you are ready. And ready we are, aren't we? Nope. Let the Pictomancy training begin. You have learned all Pictomancer actions and traits to level 80. Detailed descriptions can be viewed in the actions and traits window, accessed under character in the main menu. Yes, I always find picking up a new job quite intimidating. When we were in Heaven's Ward, it wasn't so bad, because we started off at level 50, and, you know, that was genuinely okay. You know, there wasn't an overwhelming amount of buttons to press, because it was, you know, what we'd had before. Or did we start off at 30? Actually, no, we started off at 30, didn't we? With Dark Knights. But, you know, level 30, yeah, we can start off with that. Starting off at level 80, obviously, that's quite a lot of abilities that you get given straight away, which is why I've had a tendency to go into the deep dungeon, because it means that you can get used to things from... That's Addle. I don't want Addle there. Addle doesn't go there. Addle goes over here. That's an AoE spell. In fact, these are all roll thingies, aren't they? See, what I try and do, and I'm sure a lot of people do this, is you keep some parity between your jobs. So I need to create a new gear set. Pictomancer. That's going in that spot there. So For example, you know, which of these have I actually got? Have I got any of these? Oh, I've got all of them at 90, apparently. So I like to try and keep things in roughly the same place so that my muscle memory, such as it is... Huh. Apparently I don't even have shortcast sorted for that. Nor have I got sleep. Oh, wait, what? Huh? Sleep has apparently been changed. What version of sleep was this? 240, 240, 800, 30 seconds. I don't know why that's changed, but apparently it has. Swiftcast is obviously an integral part of me playing Black Mage because I'm shite at it. So that's more in its appropriate place. Why do I not have the feats for that set? Don't know. Have I got the earring on? I should have the earring on. Yeah. Right. I'm assuming this is going to teach me the ways. The Gentry's ward lies beyond those gates. Are you ready to put your skills to the test? Nope. But we'll try it. More than anything, the thing that I think is particularly cool about Pictomancer is how much interesting variety I think we're going to be able to get from the glams. Because that's the one thing that bugs me about Scholar and Summoner. They're books. And there's only so much that they have been able to do with books. I feel like Sage might have a similar issue if they're not careful. Mind over Manor. To be fair, I should have expected the puns. Item level has been synced to 525. Here we are, Capo. I sense monsters lurking below. This is just a bit of... Right. Expound upon the fundamentals of Pictomancy. You must first paint a motif on canvas, only then can you bring it to life. Try making a palm motif. Go on, don't be shy. How do I do this? That's a palm motif. So we'll have a palm motif here. Okay, time to unleash it on our foes. Striking dummy. Okay. Right, that's a 40-second charge time. So that's not going to be something that's usable very often. Next, give me your best wing motif. So I noticed that Palm has changed to wings, so switch those over. Boop, 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 boop. Okay. Now, invoke the Wing Muse. Okay. With palms and wings fresh in your mind, I want you to imagine what these muses could accomplish together. By fusing them, you'll give life to a fantastical Moogle, Capo. Think big, magnificent thoughts, and envision your new friend, Mog of Ages. Right, so those three line up. Excellent, Capo. He may not be as winsome as yours truly, but he should serve you well enough. Aside from your Moogle, a hammer stamp is an excellent alternative to pummeling foes. But if you wish to provide support, I recommend inspiring your allies with a Starry Muse. Never stop dreaming up those motifs, Capo. Your allies will thank you and your enemies won't know what hit them. Okay. Takes some getting used to, so feel free to experiment. Okay. So let's get those out of the way. Hammer, hammer. Lizards. So it's motif, muse. Motif. Muse. Motif. Muse. And what does that follow up to? Ooh. Oh, that's just able to execute subtractive pallets. Oh, and that's changed that into other gold. Oh, and that's changed to see? Bit overwhelmed. Right, so right, it looks like we've got a single target and an AoE. And that's an AoE as well. That's an AoE. Can only be executed while under the effect of white paint. Okay. That's a dash. So that actually can go there, because that's where my... Ooh! Faster than a speeding paintbrush! Safety is a smudge away. Fire 2. Compare coats. So that is our defensive buff. So fire 2. Subtractive pallets. So that's a buff. That's that. So fire, air, water. But that stopped us. Can only be executed while under the effect of subtractive pallets. And that was subtractive pallets. So we may as well move that there. So those are special things that we can only use in a specific thing at level 60. Okay, I'm still intrigued. Does this just not have a follow-up? So, pom motif. Okay, so you can use them individually. Cast immediately when outside of combats. But can't be... Adds depiction of Pom to the creature canvas. Then wings. to there. And then this gets added when we hit that. And that gives us a little Moogle there. And then we can use Mog of Ages. Okay, understand that so far. Now, hammer motif. We draw a hammer. We smack with the hammer. But that doesn't need combining. That's just, we can bonk. Okay. And then we've got Starry Sky. And we can turn that into a buff. And that gives us that. And then we get 3 charges of this. Okay. Right. And then we can cast Holy and White whenever. Can only be executable under the effect of white paint. So that's this gauge here. If we've got globs on that, then we have white paints. Okay, let's... All set. It's time to silence that noise. That can't sound massively... massively prepared, but, you know. What the hell is that? Infestation is worse than I expected. We should clear these ones out first. Let's make a lesson of it. By casting spells of different hues, your palette will begin storing ether. With a sufficiently saturated palette, you may avail yourself of the subtractive palette's increased might. So we build up to get the buff for the second set of stuff. The palette gauge will fill when performing single target combos, starting with fire in red. Every effect combos starting with fire 2 in red will also fill the palette gauge. Okay. When it reaches 50, you'll be able to use subtractive palette. And then you'll be able to use the stronger spells. Okay. Right, use subtractive palettes, use subtractive palettes, use subtractive palettes. Okay, so we need to... And then we do this. Far away. Aha! You're a natural with that subtractive palette. Yeah. That's me. So that seems very straightforward. So you use that to build up your gauge to 50, and you hit your buff, and then you use those two to use more powerful versions. Oh good, there's a bouncing Spriggan through there. Boing! Ah, now that's an obnoxious noisemaker, Capo. Since you grasped the basics, I'll leave you to your Pictomancy. Show that Spriggan what for. Grasp the basics, my arse. Okay, so I'm going to use that. Have some of that. That. This can be used while moving. Yes, it can. And then we'll do this. Uh-huh. Uh-oh. use this while we get our... I mean, realistically, that's probably a dash tutorial, but you know. Bonk. 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 Use this. Oops. Use that. Okay. I think I get some of the basics. Whoop! Well done, Demajen. I knew you'd make an excellent Pictomancer from the first. So why the quiz? What can I say? I'm good. That you are, my friend, and credit to myself as well for spotting your talents. In any case, with those clamorous fiends gone for good, the residents can rest easy once more. But come, let's quit this place. The dampness doesn't agree with my fur. I'm glad we had a tutorial. That was very necessary, I think. Oh god, this recording is already 40 minutes long. So, I'm thinking that we can actually have all of the motify stuff over there. Is over here. That one there. That's a buff. That can go there, because that's where I've got my arcane crest. Allow me to congratulate you on a successful first outing, Demajen. The Pictomancers of Eld would be proud. Though you may yet be a novice of the art, as a veteran adventurer you grasp the fundamentals quickly, as well you should, Capo. Archon Realm didn't urge your disciples to roam the star for their own amusement, you know. She wished for them to intimately understand the wider world, to journey to lands unknown and savour every discovery, to revel in sensations, emotions, and yes, even in danger. These experiences enrich the palette of the imagination, making one's Pictomancy all the more vibrant, Capo. You're returned. Hello again. I began to worry and came to see what was all. Well, I began to worry and came to see whether all was well. Dare I hope you dealt with the fiends? Yeah, slap them with some paint. Wonderful, wonderful. With this, all outstanding matters of concern have been addressed, and like the residents of the Gentry's ward, I too may sleep soundly once more. You both have my heartfelt gratitude. May the matron keep you wheresoever you should go. Did you see how happy we made him? That's the power of Pictomancy for you. Nod. And this is only the beginning. As part of your training, you and I shall travel near and far, searching for those in need, just as Archon Realm once did. But you mustn't forget our promise either. Before we take to the road, I'd like to see if the locals know anything about my friend. In the meantime, I bid you dedicate yourself to honing your skills, Capo. The next quest will be available at level 81? Or potentially immediately? 83. Okay. Yes, that is interesting. Landscape motif. This changes to Starry Sky motif when placed on the hotbar. Okay. Right, so these are the basic things. Star Prism, level 100. Rainbow Drip. Comet in Black. Living Muse. That's that. Okay. Right, Tempera Coat is the buff. Tempera Grassa removes the buff to create a barrier. Okay. So that's a self buff that we can have at low level. And then that is, we can remove it to turn it into that. Okay. Monk of Ages, Steel Muse. That's that. Muse, Arrow, none of those can be added. They're all, yeah, they're all chained abilities. So actually, it doesn't look like we need huge numbers of buttons because they're all chained things. I appreciate that quite a lot, actually. I think thanks to that, I don't necessarily feel the need to head into the deep dungeon. I think that did a pretty decent job of giving me an idea of the fundamentals. So this is our bread and butter. Single target, AoE. This is a... I mean, these essentially all do roughly similar things. And we can add these to the canvas for free before we start. That's quite a lot like Soul Sew. In the sense that if you're in combat, it's got a really long cast time. It can be done, but it's got a really long cast time. So that needs a target. So we can't stack up. We can't create a Mog ready for that. Right, I want to see. Now that I've got an understanding of what goes on what. Yeah, see, that's obviously a lot cleaner. Although it's not much use there, I think, for me. I think actually it's probably of a better location in the centre. Now this... Huh. Typical gauge, isn't it? I don't normally like having things central like that, but when I'm learning something new, it's probably a better idea. I feel like this has taken me longer to get some kind of to grips with, although actually, I think realistically, it's relatively straightforward. But of course, we did have that cool tutorial section to actually help out, which I think is quite important. I'm going to go and have a play. I'm going to go and have a play with Pictomancer, see whether I can get to grips with it in a little bit more of a kind of comprehensive fashion. Level 80. Level 80. I suppose I can go and do some of the fates, can't I? In fact, we need a single more fate in Thavnir. So I'm going to go and do that. First impressions of Pictomancer? Yeah. Yeah. Not horrendously complicated, but not massively easy to just grasp the initial gist of either. I shall go and have a play with it and see what we can do. Hello. Welcome. Been a while. It hasn't. It's been a while, though, since I came to Gridania, and I realised that I'm now a level 97 Pictomancer. I haven't done any of the job quests. So today I'm going to do the job quests. No camera for this one because it's side content, but also the fact that I'm very much not fit for public consumption right now. But yes, it's time I got this done because I've just forgotten, and I don't want the XP to go to waste. I don't want to get to 100 and then realise, oh, there's a load of XP I could have got. Especially since these are now low-level quests. Perspectives in Pursuits. So you've been diligent in your training, Demajen. Well, yes. Since last we spoke, I have indeed. You look more confident with that magic brush on your back and exude the aura of a proficient Pictomancer. Proficient might be a stretch. I can readily tell these things, for I once travelled with a pair of Pictomancers after all. Your soul crystal used to belong to one of them, in fact. His name was Jean Ketilac, I think. And he was an exemplar of our arts. The other was Jean Tekelac's apprentice, a girl named Beruru. Despite having only seen 16 summers, she's already an accomplished Pictomancer. And she's the friend of mine who's missing, Kupo. Missing? That's a bit of a worry, isn't it? Well, she's missing in the sense that I don't know where she is, but I don't fear for her safety. With her abilities, she can more than fend for herself. But it was hard for Beruru when Jean Tekelec passed away. He was as a grandfather to her. Even now, she must be feeling so terribly alone. That's why I want to find her and make amends. Unfortunately, I haven't been able to learn anything about where she might have gone. But I won't give up. In hopes of picking up Beruru's trail, we will trace my journeys with her and aid those in need along the way. I'm glad you like the plan. Now, you want to bundle up extra warm because our first stop will be Kurthus. Camp Dragonhead, to be precise, shall we? Camp Dragonhead? It's been a while since I've been there. Popo is cold. Oh, the gods, but it's cold, Capo. Just like when I visited Jean Tekelec and Beruru. Snowballs! Beruru had never seen snow before, and she was the picture of glee. She rolled up a snowball and threw it at me with all her might. Then she threw another and another, and soon I found myself in dire straits. Oh, I am in dire straits. Yes, just so. I found myself buried in dire straits. Wait a moment. What are you doing here, Mr. Hero? Well now, what a curious coincidence that we should cross paths here. Yes, coincidence. Coinkydink. Indeed. Are you following us? I've come to the camp as an emissary for Gridania. The last my guardian counterpart with whom I was to meet was wounded during a training exercise prior to my arrival. I tended to him as best I could, but I'm afraid the outlook is grim. Oh dear. Are his injuries that grave? Well, the injury itself wasn't life-threatening, the resulting wound has soured. A poison courses through his body against which my magics were ineffective, and now he burns from a terrible fever. Just this moment I recalled a treatment that would purge the impurity, but it requires the horn of a rare heart beast, and I have no skill in hunting. Well, that sounds like a job for our promising Pictomancer. Demajen here can find this heart beast and take it down with a few swift brushstrokes. Nod. You would aid me again? Your kindness knows no bounds. Give it to me! It would be prudent to question the garrison about the hartebeests. The creatures are rare, but the knights may have sighted one during their patrols. Perfect! We'll have that horn ready in no time. Give me upgraded textures. Obviously, they haven't upgraded the textures here yet, I don't think. I think these are still the originals. Ah, Demajen, you are ever welcome here. Is that what you require? I see. Yours is an elusive quarry indeed. As it happens, though, a comrade of mine chanced upon a hartebeest by the steel vigil only yesterday. With luck, it will still be near. Fantabulous. To the steel vigil. Ooh. Oh yeah, we can fly. Haha! I forget. Ooh. Misty. Ah, the classic music of Kurthus. You cast your gaze across the snowy hillside, but observe nothing of note. You spy a horned silhouette by the entrance to the Weeping Sate. A hartebeest, perhaps? Interesting. They very much seem to be dropping the formula of you must speak or interact with all of the things. They've done it in the MSQ. And this thing's going to die really easily because it's level 83. Yes. Take that. One shot! You are returned. Please tell me you've obtained a Heartbeast Horn. As it happens, I one-shot it. Now it knows how I felt like in Elden Ring. Yes, this is the horn. I cannot thank you enough. I shall use it to prepare an infusion for the ailing knight at once. No sooner did you arrive here than you helped a soul in need. Well done, Demajen. I hadn't expected to aid the same person twice, but the road is full of surprises, and a Pictomancer prospers for every experience. From every experience, because I can read. As you yourself said, the journey is of paramount importance. The Pictomancer. It sure is, Capo. A journey to new places is a feast for the imagination, and a well-fed imagination produces more vivid pictures. If you want to grow as a Pictomancer, you can't simply stay in one place. You must go forth and see what's out there. By the way, you went to Ishgard before, yes? Looking back on your first visit, what emotions and sensations have remained with you most strongly? The cold. The grief of losing a dear friend, frankly. Poor Zell. Yours was an arduous journey indeed, Kupo. I can scarcely imagine just how difficult your trials must have been. But it's because you've experienced such loss, I think, that you've been able to fight on for those who can do so no longer. Thank you for sharing this with me, Demajen. To hear what's important to you, it inspires me to be more hopeful, Kupo. Now, as I did back in Gridania, I'll make inquiries here about my friend Beruru. Until it's time for us to move on, I bid you keep up your training. Nod. It is kind of a shame that they don't, if you are above the required level, that they don't quest sync in terms of levels. I feel like that's something that they should do. Because, I guess the whole point is, as they say in the quest, that you go away and that you train more, but that also breaks up the story, which is an issue that Final Fantasy XIV has. It's a story-focused MMO where things are broken up quite a lot by level gating or by time gating. The crate bit, Kapopo, I'm not even going to read that out. Kapopo is examining you a little too closely. Okay. Oh, the maddened glint in your eyes, the abysmal posture of one who has produced too many works in far too little time. I can tell you've been training hard, Kapo. Your aura, too, has burgeoned since last we met, lending you the mysterious mien of an artist undergoing a wild and wonderful evolution. Huh? You think I'm making this up, do you? That I'm stringing together vaguely relevant affirming words? Oh, ye of little faith. Thank the matron. Exactly, Kapo. We should thank the matron for... Wait, all the best enough for going to bounties, but why are we thanking her? You're still here! I thank the matron. We may speak before you depart, of course. I have someone here who wishes to express his gratitude. Our misguided friend has made a full recovery, and is thanks to the horn you brought. Your selfless actions have saved my life. I do not know how I can ever repay you. So I shall bow. Which is not quite the same as giving you a winning lottery ticket or something. No need for that, Kapo. To see you hale and whole is repayment enough. But if you want to give me cash... I am given to understand that you are searching for someone, a travelling painter. Indeed I am. Her name is Beruru, and she's my very best friend. Moved by Ondera, I took the liberty of making inquiries among my comrades. Alas, none recall having seen such an individual. As patrolling the border is one of our chief duties, we would have noted if your friend passed through. My apologies, we could not be of aid. I see. Still, to have confirmation that Beruru wasn't here is helpful. Thank you, Kapo. 'Twas the least I could do for my saviours. Now, we must attend our next meeting, but I wish you well on the journey ahead. Wasn't there a thing, and it's clearly a thing that may have been abandoned, or it might be a thing that I'm misremembering, but wasn't it the fact that we could only understand the Moogles because we had the Echo, and that other people couldn't understand them? Wasn't that a thing? Or is that a different game? That might be a different game, actually. And I've just realised I've got the timestamp thingy on. Get rid of that. Sorry about that. Where could Beruru be? I set it up. But I set it up on 2 scenes. And I'd forgotten to remove it from this one. We may not have found any clues here, but with some luck we'll find her at our next destination, Kagani! Getting there, however, will prove a challenge, unless you've visited the Far East before, Demajen? Nod. Yeah, it did some stuff there. Wonderful! That makes our lives much easier, Kapo. Now, listen closely. I have here a lovingly crafted and blessedly breathable hempen sack. I want you to stuff me inside and teleport me to Kagani with you. What? You needn't gawp. It's a well-considered request. While I may not be replete with teleportation anima like you... Oh, anima, that was the thing. That was the thing. God, I haven't heard that in ages. But that's what we needed in 1.0. Did we need it in 2.0 as well? No. In 1.0, to teleport around, you needed anima. And once you'd exhausted it, you had to wait for it to recharge. I'd completely forgotten that was a thing. I can tag along as one of your belongings, so stuff me in the sack. I can take it, Kapo. Not. Please, put me in your bag. You are now carrying a Kapopo-sized sack. It would be prudent to handle your burden with the utmost care until such time as you reach Kagane. And I assume you could just not do the rest of the Pictomancer quest and keep him stuck in your inventory forever. A Kapopo-sized sack? Kapopo slumbers inside the hempen sack, snug as a grub in the soil. I don't think I want to carry a Moogle around with me, frankly. That has both amused me and brought back a memory of something from over a decade ago. Oh God, over a decade ago. A decade! What are all these leaves? The seaweed is always greener. That's an unlock quest for something. I'll probably end up cutting this, but what the hell? Is it a leaves quest or what? Kojin Hireling. Knowing me, it's probably a feature that I've just completely ignored. Level 62. Disciple of the Land or Hand. What the hell is this? The seaweed is always greener, FF14. Oh, it's the custom deliveries quest for the Stormblood. Because I never bothered leveling anything crafty gathery in Stormblood. I only bothered doing Botanist and Miner in Endwalker, I think it was. Yes. Speaking. The Kapopo-sized sack is wiggling vigorously. I shall sit on it to stop it now. Ah, what a peaceful nap that was, Capo. And I see we've arrived safely in Kagane. This city is as impossibly picturesque as ever. Why, when I first arrived here with Beruru and Jean Ketelec, I thought we were in a waking dream, Capo. We were all fascinated by Far Eastern art, especially the bright, bold presentation of ukiyo-e prints. This was a treat. I've almost certainly butchered that. I'm very sorry. It was a treat to view so many pieces up close. What of you, Demajen? What do you recall most vividly about your first visit here? How furious I was. It's conniving Namazu. Those pop-eyed pests are nothing but trouble if you ask me. They think they can get away with all manner of mischief and look cute doing it, but only Moogles should be able to do that, Capo. Still, to meet such unusual creatures, walking, talking fish folk would have stirred your imagination to no end, and you have your journey to thank for the experience. Right then, I'd like to begin searching for Beruru, and I think the tea houses would be a good place to start. The proprietors ought to be able to strike down this hapless fool. Precisely, Capo. The proprietors ought to be able to strike down this Wait, who's getting struck down? Hold on a moment. It's a soul in need of aid. Ahem. What troubles you, good sir? Turbulent tides take me. I am an art dealer from Uldar, you see, and I came to Kagane to sell a masterpiece I acquired in Nausea. But nary a day before we arrived, we were engulfed by a terrible storm. We rocked and rolled, barely able to keep the ship from capsizing, and in the chaos, the crate containing my precious piece was cast into the rolling waves. That's terrible, Capo. Is there any chance that it can be found? And dried? Assuming it wasn't dragged into the fathomless depths, the sailors tell me the crate has lightly drifted into the Ruby Sea, Confederate waters. No one is willing to go and search for me. Swimming time! I believe it's your time to shine again, Demajen. You can help this poor fellow, yes? Nod. Well acquainted with the pirates, you say? If you could speak with them about my crate, I'd be grateful beyond words. Tap tap. Bum 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 ba 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 ba. The Confederate pirates on Sakuzuki keep a close watch of the... No. The Confederate pirates on Sakazuchi keep a close watch of the nearby waters. If no one's seen the crate in question, it would probably be them. Hello there, cheery Confederates. Oh, invitation to our friend Demajen. What brings you back to these parts? Is it with Vasher and Tansui, perhaps? Great, containing a piece of art. As a matter of fact, we fished something like that out of the water not long ago. But as you know, the Ruby Sea is our territory, and anything the tides deliver to us is ours by rights. We can't just hand it over. But we owe so much to Demajen. I haven't forgotten. That being the case, why don't we make it interesting and have a friendly contest for the crates? Challenge accepted. That's the spirits. We'll make it simple, hunting ogre crabs. Both sides will get the same amount of bait. The person who can catch more crabs is the winner. Alright then. Once you use up your bait, bring the shells to me as proof. I'll be waiting. Perfect! Let the contest begin! Always in a rush, that one. You need only lay your bait by the shore and dispatch any ogre crabs that take it. When you've no bait left, come back and show me the shells you collected from your kills. I wonder whether we will get the win on this. Oh, they're tiny. I was expecting to get one of the larger crabs, I have to be honest. I don't know why I'm trying to avoid the enemies. They're level 62. They're not gonna aggro me. This is something I always forget, which is daft because it's a layover from FF11. But oh, never mind. I don't want to. That. Plonk. Actually unnecessary. I'm of the opinion that Pictomancer is probably going to get a little bit of nerfing. Although one thing that I've noticed from leveling up in the 90s is that it's a very different playstyle from what I'm used to, because generally I play melee. And melee, of course, has access to things like Bloodbath and Second Wind. I don't have any ability to heal myself, apart from the kind of second press of the shield spell that we get. But even then, it's difficult to time and it's a little bit clunky. So yeah, being utterly reliant on the healers it feels really weird. Obviously, when I've been leveling other caster jobs, I've basically just done it through the daily quest. I very rarely bother with leveling roulettes for casters at all, realistically. I use them on other things. Melee, mostly. Oh, you bought the shells? I'll take them off your hands then. And the winner is Demajen, and by merely a single shell. Congratulations. Yeah, good show, Demajen. I expected nothing less from you. I am a man of my word, so the crate's yours. Though it was just a friendly game, it was a privilege to go up against you. I'll be sure to tell everyone about it. Yes, thanks for humouring us. I hope that crate is what the merchant's after. Me too, since we've gone through the trouble of acquiring it. Right. Technically I could Ethernet it, but it's not really worth it. Ah, you'd returned. Were you able to find my crate? I've given him a different voice again, but it's fine. Oh, traders be praised. This is the very crate I lost, and it's still intact. Actually, did he say it was a piece of art, or did he say it was a painting? Because if it's a piece of art, it doesn't have to be a painting, and therefore it being soggy might not... Anyway. You are truly a godsend, adventurer. Words fail to express my gratitude. It's impressive indeed that you could track down the crates. Excellent work. Remind me, what was in the crate again? A painting? After having been adrift for so long, I hope it hasn't been ruined. Judging by its condition, I want to believe that all is well, but let us see. Otherwise, we could paint you a new one. Thank the traders, 'tis unharmed. Though I thought I'd packaged it excessively. Pluck my palm! Pluck me! That's one of Jean Ketelac's pieces, Cupo. Oh, you have a keen eye. Indeed, this is the work of the travelling artist Jean Ketelac, painted in the winter of his years. I purchased it a few moons ago from a young lady who was his apprentice. Beruru, Cupo. I've been searching all over for her. Do you know where she is? Oh, she was a friend of yours, I take it. Please, tell me everything you know. Where you met, where she might be now. Please, everything. What? I don't know how to say this, but from what I heard, your friend has passed on. What? She'd come to Uldar to sell a small trove of Jean Ketelac's paintings. His works were extremely rare, so it caused quite a stir among art dealers. Expensive though the pieces were, it didn't take long for her to sell them all. And once she had, she disappeared. Her belongings were apparently strewn about her inn-room, yet there was nary a sign of foul play. None have seen her since, and it is rumoured she found a quiet place to end her life. No. I knew Jean Ketelac's death left a void in her heart, but Beruru wouldn't have. She couldn't have. I remain calm. This has taken a very unexpected turn. But forgive me, it was not my intent to cause you distress with these grim tidings. Just because of them, in fact, that this piece failed to sell in Elozur. Instead of bringing it all the way to the Far East, hoping to find a buyer here instead. Now, it isn't much, but please accept this as a token of my gratitude. Eesh. With that, I must take my leave of you and go to meet with a prospective client. Eesh. Where's he put the box? I'm sorry, Demajen. You did well. You did. If you don't mind, I'd like to be alone for a while, Capo. Aww. I was not expecting feelings. I was expecting cute Moogle antics. I feel I've been lied to, which is not true at all. I just set my expectations completely wrongly. That's an outfit, isn't it? There's a lot of these denim shorts rocking around. I'm noticing. I might need to go and find out where you get those. Beruru's clues. What level was this? 87, 88, one of the two. Oh, it's you, Capo. What is it? I wanted to see how you were faring. That's very kind of you, Capo. Truth be told, I'm still struggling to come to terms. We could probably go and check that it's not just a rumour. If Beruru has truly left this world, it means that I... Oh, it wasn't too late, thank goodness. If only, Capo. If only. Oh, it's you, Mr. Art Dealer. What brings you back to us? I've concluded my business here and shall be returning to Uldar, but before I take ship, I wish to speak with you again. It is plain your friend's fate weighs heavily on your mind. If you wish to know the truth for a certainty, I should be glad to introduce someone who deals in information. You think this person would know what became of Beruru? Oh yes, this man makes it his business to know everything everyone else is in Uldar. At the very least, he should be able to tell you if your friend yet lives. He also happens to owe me a favour. I shall personally ask him to assist you. Once you arrive in Uldar, head to Emerald Avenue and look for a bespectable man with a self-satisfied grin. That'll be him. Bespectacled, self-satisfied. Someone we've met before, potentially? Now then, it's time I boarded my vessel. Farewell, my friends, and best of luck in your search for the truth. I feel like my voice is going croaky again. It's been a couple of days since I recorded anything. I want to know, Demajen, desperately. But at the same time, I'm so scared, Popo. If Beruru really is gone, we'll face the truth together. Shining the light of hope for me, are you? You've grown so much as a Pictomancer. Thank you. With you at my side, I feel I can press on and face whatever comes, Kupo. Right, let's head to Uldar. You'll do it the same way as your journey here. You teleporting with me in a sack. It's not quite so funny and amusing this time, is it? Phew, that was a lovely little nap. And just like that, we've arrived. The towering cityscape, the dry desert air mingling with the scent of Gil. There's no mistaking Uldar. Now then, we should find the fellow who deals in information, Kupo. And I believe I have. The bespectacled man there with a grin that does indeed bespeak unwavering confidence. This is what's-his-face, isn't it? I've forgotten his name. Wyman, that's it. Well, well, if it ain't the pair the art dealer called about. You can tell who we are just like that. You really do know things, Kupo. Well, that's true enough, but to be fair, I'd have to be blind as to bat to miss a Moogle travelling with the saviour of the Bleeding Realm and then some. I understand you're looking for a friend. That's right. Her name is Beruru and she was last seen in Uldar. If you know anything about what became of her, you must tell me, Kupo. Don't get your palm in a twist, I'll oblige your burning curiosity. It was about half a year past that Beruru came to Uldar. She brought with her 8 of Jean Ketelac's paintings, which she put up for sale. She sold the lot within a matter of weeks, and with the small fortune she made, she went and bought herself accommodations at the ossuary. No, that can't be right. Right, it is, my furry friend. Now, it bears stressing that being interred in the city is not an inexpensive proposition. Hardly surprising, given the limited space what's left. But she made the donation to the ossuary up front and in full, an amount most folks will never see in their lifetimes. Oh, what did she do after that? That remains a mystery. A room at the inn was found neat and tidy. You wouldn't have known she'd been there if not for some personal belongings left behind. Among those, of greatest interest was a set of travelling gear, a coin purse containing the payment for the room, and a letter that said she wasn't coming back. Finding it all a bit odd, the innkeep called the Brass Blades to investigate, but the evidence led him to conclude that she was voluntarily missing, and likely dead by her own hand. Man, Beruru really is gone. That's what they think, but who's to say, eh? There's only one way to be certain, I reckon. According to a priest who oversees burials, Beruru's coffin is stored in Ereli's burial chamber over by the ossuary. You have to open it up and see what's there, or isn't, or to see what's there or isn't with your own eyes. I'll go there at once, Kupo. Yes, let's partake in some coffin opening. And off he flies. He should go after him. Depending on what's waiting, he'll need supports. Well, this is taking all manner of somewhat dark turns, isn't it? I beg you, Cuppa, it'd only be a little peek. That does not make it any less an act of defilement. We cannot allow you to disturb the dead. Demajen, this priest says we can't check Beruru's coffin. Please explain the situation to him. Ah, so that is the way of it. While I am not unsympathetic to your plight, a coffin may only be opened in exceptional circumstances and with the permission of family, which you are not. I'm sorry, but I must ask that you leave me in peace. I have my hands full with some other pressing matters. Oh? And what matters might those be, if I may ask? In order to address the shortage of burial space in the city, works have been underway to expand Erwing's burial chamber downwards. Alas, the excavators inadvertently unleashed a horde of zombies from an unmapped ruin. It's fallen to me to deal with them. Oh! This sounds like another opportunity for Demajen to put her Pictomancy to work. Pictomancy? You mean the art created by the fabled Archon realm, who roam the land lending aid to those in need? None other, Capo. The matter of the tomb can wait. Let's tend to those zombies first. Why, I should be most grateful. The zombies have taken to prowling the Sildi excavation site in central Thanalan. Please see that those tormented souls finally know rest. I am not in any way surprised that this is where we are going. I was about to say it before it mentioned it. But I was too slow. It got there first. Low level zones. Remember when we were just an adventurer? Just finding our way, getting to know the way around things. When we were not the quote-unquote main character. Oh wait, we've hardly ever been the main character. Blanc. Blanc. Oh, you escaped. I salute you, rampaging zombie. Hello. All too easy. The zombies have been dealt with. Wonderful. You have my heartfelt thanks, good Pictomancer. While you were away, I spoke further with Kapopo about his relationship with Mistress Beruru. I understand now that they were as family to one another. In light of this, and also in recognition of your service, I will allow you to examine her coffin. I am surprised by this turn of events. If you'll follow me. Now, is the coffin going to be empty? I would assume no, but it's possible that they could subvert our expectations and she is actually dead. This is the one. If you are ready, I shall open it. Oh. Very well. Please don't let it be her. What? Who's this, Capo? It's a painting. A painting? Yes, we can all see that, and I recognise it as well. This is Jean Ketilac's final work, The Ephemeral Palace. Why was this painting in the casket? And if Beruru isn't here, then where could she possibly be? I'm afraid no one in the Order knows where she has gone. But you knew she was dead. Not dead. Several moons ago, Mistress Beruru came to us unannounced. Blunk, 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 blunk. Pardon me, is anyone there? Greetings, my child. Are you going to pay your respects? No, I was told I could purchase a tomb here. Tombs are bestowed upon pious souls who make a donation, yes. Oh, I see. In that case, I wish to make a donation. My master's paintings fetched a high price, so I believe I have sufficient funds. Would it be possible to have the tomb prepared immediately? Donations, quote-unquote. In that manner did she secure burial rights, and so we set about making the necessary arrangements. When all was in readiness, she requested a moment alone in the chamber, so I waited outside the entrance. When she did not emerge after a time, I went back in to check on her, and to find that she was gone. There was only this painting, and a handwritten note instructing us to inter it. Are you saying Beruru vanished into thin air? She's inside the painting. So far as I could tell, as you can see, there's only one entrance to this chamber. I organised a large-scale search, thinking she might have wandered into the lower levels, or even those under excavation, yet still we found nothing. How mysterious. At length the search was called off, and without answers, what else could I do but fulfil her final wish? I placed the painting within the coffin, where it has remained ever since. Curiouser and curiouser, Cupo. That is everything I know. I'm sorry I could not tell you more. Now, if you'd excuse me, I must return to my duties. Yes, of course. Come on then, let's head back outside. But wait, we need to get dragged into the painting or something. No? Guess not. The painted world of Jean Crétillac. Interring Jean Crétillac's paintings and vanishing without a trace. I am not sure what to make of Beruru's actions, Cupo. What about you? Do you have any thoughts? It's got to be the paintings. The painting's got to be the key. I hope so, Cupo. Because if the painting can't help us find answers, then I have no idea where we could go from here. I suppose it's back to the search. I'm going to take some time to ponder things and see if I can't think of other leads to pursue. Meanwhile, continue to train. Think colourful thoughts. Keep your brush arm supple. And come and find me when you feel your artist's aura has grown further, Cupo. Level 90. Why, Demajen, I can tell you've been applying yourself to your training. Ah, yes. The enigmatic aura of an accomplished artist is unmistakable. I'm put in mind of Jean Crétillac as he was in his prime, Cupo. Now then, imagine a great big canvas that is yet to receive even a single drop of paints. That, unfortunately, is the state of my search for Beruru. I couldn't find any new clues as to where we're at, and I'm at a loss as to what to do next. Why did you two have a falling out in the first place? I was reluctant to disclose the events of that fateful day, but perhaps I should have... Let's speak of the very root of our troubles. The argument that led to Beruru and I going our separate ways. Flashbang! On that day, the two of us returned to Limsa after a journey. The first was without Jean Crétillac's company. Old age and long years on the road had taken their toll. We'd made the difficult decision to leave him in the care of a sanatorium. With a smile on his face as he lay abed, he wished us well on our coming adventure, and reminded Beruru that she mustn't... Could it be? Yes. Yes, it must. Beruru has become part of the painting. Gasp. I am shocked by this. I don't blame you for being confused. I promise to make everything clear soon, Capo. Demajen, you've been the best student I could have hoped for. You've trained diligently, aided those in need, and kept your promise to me. I can't rightly ask more of you, but for this thing I'm about to do, I'm afraid I must. I beg you, lend me your strength one last time, Capo. Sad face. Comfort! Come and meet me at the Jadeite Flood. I'll be waiting. Where's that? How did we get the painting? There you are, Capo. No, there you are, Demajen. Also Capo. I know you must have many questions. Allow me to explain everything, Capo. It took a few pretty pleases, but I convinced the Oshru priest to let us borrow the painting. Beruru inherited it and the other works from Shonkedlak after we passed away. Why are we looking surprised? We knew this. On the day of our argument, Beruru and I had returned from our first journey together, as I said. But when we arrived at the sanatorium to see how Shonkedlak had fared in our absence, all that awaited us was a few of his paintings and personal belongings. A fell fiend had found its way into the facility a few days prior. Seeking to protect his fellow patients, Shonkedlak confronted and vanquished the beast, but the exertion proved too much. Beruru and I were devastated. If only we'd returned sooner, taken a quicker route or not wasted as much time. Shonkedlak might still be alive. Such thoughts tormented us, Capo. Beruru took it hardest, for she had lost her only family. She clung to me and wept like a child with a doll, and I, in a moment of poor judgment, said something foolish. I told her that she needn't depend on me so, that she could stand on her own 2 feet as a Pictomancer, and that she should. She shoved me away in anger. One unkind word led to another. We shouted at each other till our throats were hoarse. When there was nothing left to say, she stormed off alone, cradling Shonkedlak's paintings in her arms. The rest you know. Some time after, she journeyed to Uldar, sold the painting for the funds to purchase a tomb, and then vanished. For so long I've been unable to understand what she was thinking, where she might have gone, but the answer was right under our noses, Capo. You see, Beruru possessed such a vivid imagination that she could bring any of her thoughts to life. As this rare gift allowed her to not only create but reshape, Shonkedlak made her promise that she'd never use her powers to alter a living being. But in her grief she did just that. She made herself one with the painting. Gasp. It's hard to believe, I know. But the painting itself tells the tale. It tells the tale? Yes. Tells the tale. Once it exuded warmth and whimsy. Now it's enshrouded in a stifling pall of sorrow. And this brings me to my request. Using my own magics, I want to enter the painting and save Beruru. But I don't know if I can do it alone. Can I rely upon your aid? Nod. Tap tap. I'm in your debt. Be warned, the painting will be a world where one's imagination is made manifest. As to say, anything can happen. So see to it you're fully prepared, Capo. Okay. Oh, it be a solo duty. All sets. Level 90. Item level 655. Stock footage effect. Right, what have they repurposed for this? This is the hall from the Manor with the Knights. In I can't remember one of it's one of the level 90 dungeons, isn't it? Looks like we made it, Capo. The Grand Cosmos, that was it. Is the scenery familiar to you? You've been to such a place in another world? The mere thought of it boggles the mind, Capo. As I recall, Jean Ketelac saw this opulent palace in a dream and was inspired to recreate it on canvas. Perhaps his arcane affinity allowed him to visit worlds beyond our own in his sleep. Or perhaps someone from that world sent him a vision. Regardless, we are undoubtedly within the painting. Beruru, it must be here somewhere. Let's go. Nod. Okay. Duty commenced. So many paintings, Capo. I have a bad feeling about this. Is this a word of a welcome? How about them? Right, now, I am actually level synced for this, so... Blotch. These monsters, they were muses given life by Pictomancy. Whoa, hello! He big! None of that. You know, I really like a lot of the music in Dawntrail. But I kind of feel in some ways that the combat music isn't as good as it was in Endwalker and Shadowbringers. Beruru! It's me, Kapopo! I've come for you! Sounds threatening. You've come for me. No one would do that. No one. Master Jean Ketelac's gone because of me. Because I was too late. You mustn't say that, Beruru. You're not to blame. Even Kapopo has abandoned me. Oh, my only friend. That isn't true. I'll always be your friend, no matter what. Please, Beruru, please come back to me. Unexpected feelings! Bloop. Jean Ketelac in paint. He belongs to me, and you have no place here. Master Jean Ketelac? No, you're just a shade born of the imagination. As you should call me a shade, Kapopo. Such insolence cannot be borne. Boom. Whoa. Wow. Do 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 do. The real Jean Ketelac would never harm Kapopo. A Pictomancer, one in possession of my soul crystal, no less. An imitation. You are no match for the master you aspire to be. Good use of artist terminology. My imagination is my own, it's more than a match for yours. We've seen things you couldn't even imagine. End of the universe. Bold words. but you will soon be made to know the true power of Pictomancy. He's made himself big. Here within my... Ooh, what is this? Is this a... Have we seen this enemy before? We must have done. Here within my masterwork, imagination even dictates reality. I shall paint the finishing touches and shades of your terror. Rah. Bum 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 bum. Defeat Jean Cadillac's portraits. Plonk. 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 Bloom forth my muse. Oh. That's what I wanted to do. Flower motif. Hey, he's... Ooh, that's... Not targetable. Oh, shit! Oh, I forget how to deal with this! Blaze in reds. Whoa, toasty! Trees again. Nah. Cannot fall to a forgery! Oh, gotcha. I think we were pretty much capped item level wise, weren't we? So, not a huge issue. Or not. You did it, Demajen. Your imagination triumphed over his. Nod. Beruru! Wake up, Beruru! Time for big, fuzzy, wuggy moogle hugs. Come on now, you stubborn fool of a Lalafell. Snap out of it. Blink, blink. Kapopo? What are you doing here? I came to bring you back, Kapo. We've been looking all over for you. Oh. I never thought that anyone would come after me in the painting. Pixels! Demajen, was it? Thank you for accompanying Kapopo in his journey. It is a Pictomancer's duty to help others. Indeed. Master Jean Getlac taught me the very same, and I strove to live up to our duty. And I couldn't save him. I couldn't save the man who raised me. It's not your fault, Beruru. Even the brightest, most imaginative minds can't predict the future, Capo. Why are you even here? Trying to be nice after everything you said. My best friend, and you abandoned me when I needed you. Told me to make my own way. You know why I said what I said, Capo. I'm not real. No matter how much I wish it, I can't remain by your side forever. Oh. He's a painting. Like the Jean Getlac we defeated, I'm a product of Pictomancy. Your imaginary friend and nothing more. Aww. It isn't uncommon for children to have imaginary friends. They create us in their minds to help cope with their struggles. But children grow up. And when they do, we disappear, Capo. You don't have to disappear, though. I painted you into being, my very first creation. Just like I painted Master Jean Getlac, so I could fix my mistake. So I wouldn't be alone. Pictomancers can do wonderful things. By bringing our imagination to life, we bring hope to those in need, Capo. This, Demajen learned through her journey. And so did you, Beruru. No matter how harsh reality may be, a Pictomancer isn't meant to paint over it, Capo. Rather than escape reality, we're meant to give people the courage to face it. But how can I when those who matter most to me are gone? If you carry on for them, they'll always be with you. Carry on as a Pictomancer. For Master Jean Getlac and Capopo. Perhaps I can find the strength to stand on my own by holding them in my heart. Nod. You will, Capo! You absolutely will, and you'll be just fine. What? Safe in that knowledge, I can now take my leave. You might have wanted to give it a little bit more of a moment for settling that thought in her head. Farewell, Demajen. It was a joy to journey with you. Farewell, Beruru. You're my dearest friend, and you always will be. God damn it! Multiple layers of unexpected feelings. I'm not crying at all. Oh, Demajen. I'm sorry for all the trouble I've caused. Thank you for helping Capopo to find and save me. Don't mention it! I needed a good cry today. When he faded away, a warm and comforting ether flowed into my body. The magic I'd used to create him, I think. In that instance, the moments and memories he shared with you became mine. The shade of the shroud, the chill of Kurthus, the brilliance of Kagani. The two of you travelled far. I felt Kapopo's desperation as he searched for me, his yearning for our days on the road with Master Jean-Ketelac, how it felt to be stuffed into a sack. And his happiness at having found a friend in you. What of you, Demajen? How did you find the journey? Emotional AF. Unexpectedly. Kapopo will be glad to hear that, and I am too. It means a lot to know that someone else will remember him fondly. We do a lot of remembering. I saw my first Moogle here, you know. The way it danced through the air, so full of life and joy. Is that why everybody else could understand him? Because he wasn't real. What child wouldn't have wanted a friend like that? I could create him again. Recall the feeling and image and paint him anew. Well, I won't. Because as the two of you taught me, parting isn't the end. Thank you, Demajen, for everything you've done for both Kapopo and me. This actually hits a bit harder after finishing the Dawntrail MSQ. From here, I'll set out on another journey as a Pictomancer. Wherever I go, I vow to paint a path of hope as Master Jean-Ketelac once did, and just as you will continue to do, I'm sure. Curtsy. And off she runs. Wave? Wave. Gotta follow my rainbow. Well, that was multiple shades of unexpected. Frankly, I really did not expect that to be quite so full of really emotional moments. I've mentioned in previous videos that I think just because of the state that I've been in terms of my health, that I found the Dawntrail stuff probably harder hitting, I think, than a lot of people might have done. Ooh, that worked really weird with the lighting. So yeah, maybe this storyline hit me a bit harder than it would many people. I don't know. I mean, I'm a very emotive person. Yeah, I think you've got to be to be a writer and artist. Arguably, I can paint, I can draw. I don't do a lot of it. Most of my art, such as it is these days, goes into trying to create half decent videos, and of course my Metroidvania maps, which I like to turn into vaguely artistic ideas as well. So yes, Pictomancer. Very, very interesting. Very, very interesting indeed. Enjoyed that quest line. A great deal. I got a good chunk of a level as well out of it, which, considering, you know, I'm 7 levels too late. Well, no, not too late, but 7 levels later than realistically it was intended. So, I'm going to go and do some more bits and pieces, I guess. I've got to get up to level 99 before I do the role quest stuff for Pictomancer. Because I'm going to have Dark Knights. Well, I don't know whether I'm going to do it on Dark Knight and Reaper, or whether I'm going to level another tank and another melee DPS and a healer. I don't know how I'm going to do it. But I would not be expecting the role quest stuff anytime soon, unless I really do think, I just want to get it out of the way and I'll do it on my max level jobs. But that was the Pictomancer quest line, and that was... it was heartwarming and upsetting, and... yeah. It's what Final Fantasy XIV does well. You know, the stories are realistically quite simple. They're not very long, because they can't be. And so they tend to try and kind of smack you about with the emotional brush when they can. And this one tugged at the heartstrings quite well. Good work, whoever did the writing for this. I'm sure there will be many a person that disagrees, because from what little I've seen so far, there are a lot of people that really are... They're saying that Dawntrail is objectively badly written, which is rubbish, of course. You can't objectively badly write something. It's all subjective. Well, I mean, you can. If the grammar is all wrong, that would be objectively bad writing. But just not liking the story, or not liking the characterization, or not having read most of the quest text and dialogue text, so you don't understand the story. Anyway, I'm not going to get up on a soapbox and talk about media literacy here, because as an educator for the last 20 years, you know, I have irrevocable proof. No, not irrevocable. Irrefutable proof that media literacy is at its lowest ebb in a very long time. Hopefully it'll swing back round, but we need dramatic changes, not necessarily in education, but in terms of how people see education, and that will probably require big changes in education. I said I wasn't going to soapbox, and I have. Shut up, Demajen. Say goodbye to the lovely people who are watching. Goodbye, lovely people who have watched. I appreciate you. Have yourselves a fabulous day. Cheerio! Thank you very much for watching. If you enjoyed the video, why not click the like button and consider subscribing. Remember, you can ring the bell notification icon to get notified when new videos go live. And until next time, cheerio.